Hi, welcome back to My Cup of TV. Jenny,
JD,
Erin, and Kat.
So we've already spun the wheel. Woo! I'll edit it in now.
Oh, I've not done this in so long.
Oh, she would get ballads. Magic.
Oh my god, what a great spin. Wow, I'm amazing.
You are amazing.
Yeah, but you would get ballads, wouldn't you?
Of course I would. See that there's been a very soppy, sentimental hole missing when I wasn't here.
What we're watching?
So we've got a long list of ballads, and you guys, your suggestions are still going on the list. Obviously, there's so many to do, so it's like, how do we choose? But I know that a lot of you guys love this one. I do too. So does Kat. House of Cards live performance.
No. I say no.
Why? Why do you say no?
Okay, so there's a vote up
You
on...
know we want
There's
it.
a vote up on YouTube and Patreon about JK's camera flirting. And that one's been mentioned a lot and people keep talking about it. So I know what he's doing. And he needs to give me a break.
It's different, okay? And now I haven't watched this performance in a long time, so it's going to hit me as well. But from memory and from the vibe of the song, it's a ballad. It's not like Euphoria ballad where he's cutesy looking in the camera. It hits different.
That's what I'm worried about.
Angsty.
Cutesy I can handle.
This
See, you're like all smug because you know what you're doing.
The video.
You're in this together.
So
you and him.
So looking forward to watching this.
Yeah, because the video that went up this week for his birthday, and we were saying about, you were like, there's like a bit of a bad side to him, and in the comments people were saying House of Cards because otherwise I wouldn't have heard of it. And then
so this is live performance from a concert of theirs. This came out in 2015, one of their earlier albums, The Most Beautiful Moment in Life Part 2. And so because it's a live performance at one of their concerts, they've obviously been in a set list doing whatever they've been doing before that. So it just adds to it even more, the angst of that by the time they happen to do this and we have this film performance, it's a little bit sweaty.
I knew you were going to say sweat, and is it wrong that I was like, I got really excited about sweat?
It just adds to the angst of it.
But
Okay,
are they all sweaty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is House of Cards is JK, Jimin, V, and Jin. It's the vocal line. So the rap one aren't in it. I'm really sorry.
Okay.
But we've had which was
No. So what you're telling me is you're going to force me to watch something where JK's going to come at me. Not only that, you don't even let Sugar be there to defend himself.
Yeah.
To protect me.
Sugar's gonna be in other performances. We've watched August D solo stuff.
Maybe
And
you
JK
need to have
was
a look
nowhere
at
to
your
be found.
loyalties.
Exactly. But it's not me. It's him
No,
and her because she's in it with him.
Hey, I'm like,
I mean,
I'm happy to see all of them.
I think what is
You
happening
enjoy
here-
my pain.
I'm on a K-pop whole train.
You enjoy my pain.
Yeah,
Just look at it as
I like the
he's
denial.
busy off stage to allow you the opportunity to enjoy guilt-free.
That's it.
You don't
that's it.
have
I like
to
that thinking.
worry that your eye is wandering because where else would your eyes be fixed?
No.
He knows your heart is true, but he's letting your eyes do some work.
Absolutely. And as and when the time comes, we will be watching the ciphers. Sugar gonna be like,
But that's okay because that's Sugar. I want to put this out to the viewers. Do you have this issue where you have your main man, your number one, your everything, and then the others, you feel a bit guilty about it? Do you have
I
that?
think this is just you, mate.
I think this is a
I don't think any of the rest of us have this problem.
a problem.
we don't,
with
but other
yourself.
fans may have. So it is an interesting question.
Yes,
I would like to
thank
know.
you.
But yeah,
Yeah.
no, we're all good.
Yeah, we're fun.
So it's fine. You have your own angst going on.
Yeah.
So House of Cards.
Don't have your own angst going on.
So House of Cards is again, it's art, it's music, it's subject to interpretation, so you can take this either way, but the premise of House of Cards, it could be about a relationship, or they could be singing about themselves and their fame and what they're kind of bringing up. Now this is in 2015, so they're at this time they're not as well established as they are now, like global superstars. They never thought they were going to get that, but again, they're singing in the context of the journey that they were going on and how everything is so fragile, and it's basically you're trying to you're trying to protect it, you're trying to stop it from falling down. If it's a house of cards, whether it's your fame, your life, your relationship, and it's so delicate, and the higher and taller you build it, it has more risk of falling down. So it's that desperation of trying to keep something that is so fragile, and inevitably it's going to come to an end at some point. Not to sound so depressive.
It does when you talk about relationships.
Yeah,
it's going to come to an end.
But that's what I mean. Or maybe they could be singing about something that is already on that downward spiral. So again, it's open to interpretation. Let us know what you guys think of this. I see all of those interpretations, and I personally just enjoy it. It's a little bit different in the sense of that the vibe of this song is almost like a little bit, I don't know, some people describe it as kind of almost like jazzy.
Yes! Oh, I knew it was going to be something funny. Because before you started saying it, you gave me a little side eye, and I was like, oh God, so just.
Yeah, so yeah, vocal line, angsty, it's sad, but something about it, and a lot of ARMY get this feeling about this performance and this song when they see BTS perform it, is it's quite not raunchy, but it's quite sensual. It's a little bit sexy because of that angsty battling inside. So that's, I think, what gives House of Cards its particular flavour when you watch it.
But they tend to do that with songs.
I mean, look at Tomorrow.
No, I think there are certain songs that maybe if the song is sexy, they think they can't handle the song and the dance together, it's too much.
Maybe
so
that's
they
why.
put the dances on the songs that are not supposed to be sexy. Like, if you actually listen or read the lyrics to My Time,
it's a story. You're
yeah,
like, oh,
but he's telling me a different story in his dancing.
He's like, oh, this was my journey of growing up, and then he's like, no, I'm grown.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so it's true. I don't think we'd be able to handle it if House of Cards had choreo.
I mean, Piper.
I was about to say, because I don't trust anything when you're like, they don't mean it like this, because they're like, Piper, guys.
I have warm hands, I'm going to ruin
take a break.
you.
And then they're like, take a break with me.
And
you're like,
that's
you are misleading me.
That's the thing, you see. That's it. With Piper, they're like, don't be so engrossed in us, but at the same time they're low-key like, yeah, we know you can't help it.
We're going to tell you that.
Yeah.
By making you
It's
so
we're
going to ruin you.
It's as simple as the perfect example being Jimin to go, don't be obsessed with me, and then just to give you that look, and you're just like,
yeah.
It basically everything they do is followed by a just kidding.
Yeah.
Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. If you subscribe, you'll see future videos if I'm still here to make them.
Yeah, because like I said, for this one it was between House of Cards or Let Me Know. That means Let Me Know is still on the list. Don't want to miss it.
Don't tell me that's worse.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I kind of thought that when we watched On, that was like as bad as anything was going to get, and I know that this is a different type of song completely, but I still have never felt that relaxed feeling of I've seen as bad as it gets.
No.
It's because they always find a new way.
It's
because
butter.
they're multi-talented. Yeah.
Butter.
Yeah.
Yep. No, you have. I mean, our reaction to a dance practice.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Permission to dance. All he did was put on a cowboy hat. So simple. So effective.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. You're like, oh, I don't think, just when you think that something can't hit you, it does hit you, but it hits you kind of different. And yeah.
I think trying to explain it to people that don't watch it as well, trying to say to someone, and then he looked into the camera, and they're like, yeah, and I'm like, you're just looking in the camera.
That was it.
It is definitely something that you, and I'd say experience, because I think we've had the joy of experiencing it
bit by bit as well.
Yeah. And you know what they used to say, like, absence makes the heart go fonder, because we can't just fall in. Yeah. So every little bit we get is very precious to us.
I feel like Jenny would have just gone missing if we just let her fall into it.
Oh yeah. You wouldn't have seen me for
I would have
ever.
I'd probably be so into the BU that
we would have lost you as well.
Yeah, I'd have been gone.
But we appreciate your self-discipline, because watching you learn is so much more enjoyable for everyone.
So on Patreon we are, I don't know how many videos, but like a month ahead on videos.
But there's also exclusive stuff over there that doesn't go onto YouTube.
Like the dance practice we've already filmed today of Blood, Sweat and Tears.
Might even be bringing out something new as well.
Yeah.
0.25 speed for scientific research reactions.
Yeah, we do that. We're scientists.
Mm-hmm.
What does that say?
I think it means the most beautiful moment in life, but it's in Japanese, I think. Japanese or Chinese, sorry. Don't fully know.
Can't believe you don't know that.
I know, right?
Are they on stools? Are they wearing white?
I'm not being rude, I'm just not answering you because I know you'll find out in a second.
I'm not answering, so I don't know. Watch the right one. That was not an attack at all.
Really?
What?
For me it was.
Oh my god, I feel like I've been a bit unfaithful. Oh my god. Like, you might want to, I don't know how much you want to keep it of what I'm about to say, but like, you know when there's like a sex scene in the film, I could hear that track over it like a real like
loads of people said that they wanted that to be in 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh jeez, I could see that.
Like, do you know what I mean? It
Not
has
I've
that,
seen it before, but like that's where my head went.
yeah, it's that kind of vibe to it.
I hear that tone in the song, but people talked about this, like the way JK was going to be a full-on attack, and I didn't get a full-on attack from any of them.
Yeah,
I was enjoying the vocals, but they sounded great.
Yeah.
They all look good. They always look good.
I'll just check, make sure that obviously
But
if
do you know
I'm
what
not
I mean?
missing
I was a
another
bit
one,
like
but
that. I wasn't getting any attack.
that's the same
I like
performance
the
we
song,
have from.
but no
Yeah.
attack.
Oh no, I feel
Maybe we just need our little attacks a little more overt.
Yes.
Yeah, no, all the stuff we've got is of that same performance, isn't it? It's not.
that would have ticked a lot of boxes for me. Well, that did tick a lot of boxes to me, but there's things that for you that you'd be like, oh my god, like the police officer uniform. Obviously, that was, I appreciate, that is great, but that was, it's the same with like Singularity. Like,
like that's sensual for me. I like that. I love the vocals.
Yeah.
Not so, but yeah, I love that stuff too.
Jimin's vocals. I watched it and I thought back to when you showed us that video of him where he said like he didn't think that he was going to be like working with singing and that he didn't think his singing was great. And I'm like, that was early on, so that little snippet that we saw whenever would have been after that. And I'm like, do you hear yourself early on? Because that was so good. And there was a bit that JK did and there weren't subtitles, and was that just kind of like, did they call it, like skibbity thingy and jazz? It sounded like he was just making like
little ad libs and stuff.
Yeah, very cool noise. But I don't know. And then that might sound really offensive if it was singing, but obviously because there were no subtitles.
There were subtitles on that one.
Yeah, but
you were assuming he wasn't saying actual words because they didn't have.
They're on that bit. They didn't have that. But if there was, then I'm really sorry. I'm just not.
No, I'm sure if they were actual lyrics at that point, they would have put the subs on. That's normal for them to sort of ad lib and stuff like that, and they wouldn't put subs up for ad lib that are not words, that are ad libs that are noises. Yeah.
And because you do hear that with those like jazzy beats, and that's another song where I get that would be Soup plus the other playlist that we do,
Essential Bath playlist.
Yeah, Essential Bath playlist, because that's a song that I could get lost in it. So I see why when we've just googled it, there was that song on a loop for an hour. And it felt like it could be, it's a song that you feel like you would belt out, but you don't, but it feels like it has that same like bubbliness as you would. I really, really, really loved it.
The amount of, it's almost as if the amount of pensiveness and angst they're feeling makes you think you want to belt out those notes, but yet the control that they're holding in makes the energy even more so.
And V
had
some lovely high notes.
He did. So I lost it when the camera focused on him and he bit his lip or something. I was like, whoa!
Oh, I didn't see.
It was nice. But yeah, no, I see what you mean. It hits people differently, and I appreciate if that for you wasn't
because it had been built up for me to expect an attack.
That is
a more obvious physical. Yeah. I suppose. But that was also why I just wanted to lay it and be like, before, when I said like this is just sort of a vocal performance and they're standing there, they're quite raw, just sweaty and singing, and that I hope that wasn't me bothering too much.
No,
you did like the sweat.
It's like when someone says this is a really, really sad one, I then find it like, oh god, I must be sad for it, and you feel like and
then maybe the emotion doesn't hit you because you're just waiting for the emotion to hit you rather than it naturally building.
And that is another reason why I do try to be quite careful about spoilers or putting my opinion on what I think about things too much. And I mean, it's great, we get comments which is amazing, and people say, oh my god, I love this, but again, that's the possible
side effect.
Yeah, side effect of someone else saying, watch this because it's amazing, and then you think, oh, who have expectations of what you're going to see. So I try not to do too much.
But no, I enjoyed the song. I said the vocals always.
I mean, you see what happens when I don't do that, right? I don't give you any expectation of blood, sweat and tears dance practice.
That could also be a part of this. I'm strained. But then again, I think
go and get some sugar before the next one.
Yes, let's do some sugar.
Okay. Yeah, she don't mean do sugar the way you mean do sugar.
I actually meant an MV.
Oh.
I didn't mean that either.
Cake.
I just need food
Okay.
anyway, so that's
I
fine.
meant sugar as in food.
Hers
like-
was food. I made the joke of, yeah, let's do some sugar, meaning an MV. She took it even to another level, and you were still with Kat.
So me and Erin prefer food. That's where we've got.
Me like the food. I definitely think there are some songs that I feel are much more tailored to me and my
But you
loves.
feel like that could be a soundtrack song on a movie scene, like a saucy movie scene. But
yeah,
like, ooh.
I do wonder whether
Raunchy.
the next time I watch that, I'm watching it through different eyes. Do you know what I mean?
Alone.
And
You
are filth today.
She's watching it in bed, mate. You
So-
don't want to know.
It may.
Tell us tomorrow what you thought.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll get the attack still, but
Maybe a
Maybe-
different kind of appreciation, yeah.
although I definitely feel that how the song is sensual. I can imagine dancing with one of them to that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's and again, it's that feeling of, like you were saying, there's more inside you, so you want to, but yet the restraint you're having to
That's
not
what makes
do
it
that,
sensual.
That's exactly what makes it pensive, and you're like, oh my god.
Oh, do you know what it's like? It's like, you know, when in like a movie or like in real life, almost when you go to kiss someone, and actually almost the best part of it is when you're just away from their lips, because that's when it's got the most like
Electricity.
yeah, that is how that song.
Sorry, it's
felt.
the way you were describing it. I thought you were going to say before the disappointment.
Oh gosh, so harsh. But yeah, no, I appreciate that. I appreciate
You're
it. It's
really
different.
like.
Oh, naughty! They're naughty.
I actually feel like I'm actively blushing.
Oh, Erin.
Oh.
You know, sometimes when Erin says, you know that feeling well, and I think we're all going to say no to this.
Well, the thing
I
is,
just feel like she's going to go with something that we're all going to go.
that's
really,
why
no.
there's the beauty that there's all of you that maybe do know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's that electricity,
Yeah.
and it's the intake of breath before it's jumping off the cliff. And oh my
I'm
god,
also going to be that really difficult, annoying person. After all that fuss at the beginning, it goes, JK, you didn't shag me. If anything, I was more interested in Jimmy, and as soon as I saw he had blonde hair, I was like,
do you know who I get attacked in that video by as well? Is Jin.
Actually, it was
Hello.
Jin got me at one point. I don't know why.
and he tipped his head back.
Yeah, he tipped his
The
head back.
vocals,
Right, that was
and
it.
I don't know what it is. I was watching it and I was just like,
Oh,
oh,
that's
to
really
be
why.
that microphone.
I think
Do you know what I mean?
he
Like,
was
it's so
so-
sensually close to that microphone. I was like, oh.
he was, because he's so tall and
The shoulders are so broad.
yeah, he just really suits just that kind of like solo spotlight. Yeah, I will be watching that again.
Add that to the soup playlist.
So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
I know I make mistakes, don't mean to come off hardy.